Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Balkan Sis, the show that's going to help you navigate the massive challenges of life, motherhood, culture, identity, and belonging with more ease, acceptance, joy, and purpose. Thanks to each and every one of you that come back every time to listen, learn, heal, and feel inspired. If you do love the podcast, then do me a huge favor and hit the subscribe button. It really does help spread the word. Hello, 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 gorgeous humans. How are you all? Here I am on the 31st of December, recording my very last episode for 2023 for Balkan Sis. I've got to say, it's been a whirlwind of a year. I have been trying to find the perfect moment or the perfect time to record an episode. I have been trying to find something profound to say and profound to share. But to be honest, it has been a crazy time of year. As I feel like, if you're living anywhere in Australia or America, or sort of like, I guess, in that Western world, Christmas time is really nuts, And for us here, there is no snow. So it's summer, which means everything wakes up, everything is flourishing, everything is growing and blooming. So it's a very, very hot. We actually just had a grade 2 tornado. I thought it was a cyclone, but apparently it was a tornado, which I found out when I was reading, online. And our back fence is ruined, our front gate, the trampoline, the computers, our printers, everything that we use for work. Everything got destroyed. We don't have hot water today. We were without electricity for about 4.5 days. So we lost electricity on a Christmas night. And just to put it in context, if you guys are visual beings, the power went out and I had a head torch. And I was furiously cleaning my kitchen. So I was stress cleaning the storm away. As a good old European woman does, I was just OCD cleaning the kitchen and the house. Because, obviously there was mess everywhere after everybody had left. And the storm hit that night. And honestly, the Gold Coast got absolutely smashed. My parents' area, not so much. It just depends where you were, in which pockets. But our area where we live got absolutely smashed, got hammered. So, look, it was an interesting experience. Same as COVID, my sister just actually recently had bushfires about a month ago. And I just read through my group text that I have with my aunties and cousins in Europe. And they just had a earthquake in Bosnia. I can't remember how strong it was. So safe to say that, Mother Nature is really pissed off at us, and she's really growling and showing her teeth at us. It's those moments like that just makes you feel like so tiny on this earth, and that we can, just be wiped out overnight. And it really puts things in perspective for you. It reminded me of the time of the war. It brought back a lot of memories. I actually got really triggered. I thought I was fine, but I was just in that survival mode, because when you have a child or you have children, all you think about is their well-being and making sure they're all right, and you, in the process, neglect yourself because you'll deal with your needs later. But I just had this moment where I was in the car and I thought, God, I need to get petrol. And then I thought, oh, where can I go get petrol? And, will there be enough? And, and all these thoughts run through your head and they go wild. And I thought to myself, God, we don't even have a power generator. Lucky that everybody at Christmas, trying to find the bright side, everybody at Christmas had gifted me candles. So I literally had about 5 candles that got gifted to me on top of all the candles I had myself. So I thought that was a little bit funny. It was almost like this hindsight, I guess. So we turned on all the candles, which was fine. The light wasn't a problem. But yeah, obviously charging your devices, being able to cook or not cook, the hot water system. At one stage, our shed where we keep all of our gardening things on the side almost, ripped through the side of the house. And lucky the clothesline caught it. So we're lucky that we didn't get more damage. There was our neighbours across the road that had a tree fall through their house, and they had to evacuate. So yeah, it just brought back a lot of emotions, a lot of feelings. And no matter how much work you do on yourself, internally, externally, those things never truly really go away. And that's what I've come to realize. Working on yourself to have this calm nervous system, to not be in that reactive mode. But in situations like that where life or death or survival, it really gets triggered. And yeah, it was definitely a interesting, experience, an eye-opening experience, because we just depend on our electricity and our water so much, that, once we're without it, it's you pretty much have nothing. And it just made me think of my parents. It made me think of my mum and being in the war, and lighting candles and not having power, and how they managed, how they coped, how they fed us. It just really made me pause and think about things in a different light. And it really made me show gratitude to my parents, because we were children, so somewhat the children are shielded and protected to a degree, and also your youngness or your naiveness about the life and the world that you live in your perspective is different. Whereas when you're a parent, it is such a heavy responsibility to make sure that you give everything to your kids and that your kids are okay, and you sort of just deal with yourself later, whenever later comes, and sometimes later never comes. And yeah, so it was definitely a an eye-opening experience, and it made me think about things in a different way, and it made me think about you guys and what I wanted to come on on the microphone for and say and share with you. And it's definitely been a tricky year, as every year is. There's always highlights of good and bad, and happy and sorrow, and but there's just been a lot of grief this year. There's been also a lot of interesting things that have been happening this year. And if you just look globally, what's been happening, and the war that's raging in the Middle East, and seeing those images and those visuals and those videos. Really, I've had to shield and protect myself mentally and emotionally from that, because for any former refugee, it is triggering in so many ways. So you do want to help, you do want to make a difference, you do want to make a contribution and a change, but also at some extent, to some degree, you have to protect yourself, because reliving those emotions and memories can be really difficult, especially when you're a parent and you have a child, and it's your job to be there for them and be emotionally available for them. So it's definitely a fine balance, and I don't always get it right. And my little one, he starts school next year. Next year, as in it's the 31st of December, so tomorrow is the new year. And he starts school in January, and I'm really excited and I'm really nervous, and it's a big change in our family. We have been home with him for 5 years. He's never been to kindergarten. He's never been to childcare. And it's really overwhelming and also exciting. And it's definitely a new chapter in our family and in our household. So I'm doing my best. I'm trying my hardest, but I also just feel really, really exhausted. And I think every single mother around the world this time of year just feels so exhausted, because, the whole Santa, the magic, the elf on the shelf, if you've done that. We never did that as kids, trying to do the Sveti Nikola traditions, trying to uphold those values and those traditions that I appreciated so much. They take time, work, and effort. And now when I look back, every mother is the person who upholds these traditions, who cooks these recipes. It's the mum who sets the table. She's the one who does the cooking. She's the one who's doing the cleaning. Sure, maybe dad's helping out somewhere, or, everyone's dynamic is different, but it is really exhausting. And, and decorating the Christmas tree, and all these are magical moments. So I do understand they're fleeting. These moments are passing, and I try my hardest to be present and connected. But, sometimes all I want to do is just nap. I just want to nap, just physically your body just says, I can't do it. You just have to lay down. So, it's... Every year we host Christmas at our house, which I love. I love that. I love connection. I love my family. I love creating magical moments. But also at the same time, on the flip side, you do get tired. And that's something that our parents never talked about. And that's something that I said to my husband as we were cooking in the kitchen and preparing before everybody came. We were listening to music and we were laughing and dancing in the kitchen. And I said to him, I'm exhausted. And he said, me too, but we were still smiling through it and having a good time, and that holding that balance. And I said to him, I never remember, because we purchased his grandparents' home. So this is actually an intergenerational home. And I said to him, how many Christmases, how many events and things they've hosted here. It's really amazing that we get to continue that onwards. And I said to him, I never remembered them complaining. I never remembered my baba and Dido, my mum and dad, complaining about, having us 4 kids, or, having to do all this work and create all these memories. I just never really remember them saying they were ever tired to begin with. And so it's interesting, reflecting back on that and then seeing where we are now. And, we're still upholding those memories and traditions and customs. But, at the same time, I'm acknowledging that you do get tired, and it is tiring, and that's okay. That's also all right. It doesn't make you weak, and it doesn't make you, like you're complaining or ungrateful. I am grateful every single day of my life. I've definitely shifted my perspective this year on so many things. And I know when I started this podcast, if you listen to the first episode, I really wanted to be more of service to people and share my message and share my heart and help others through the podcast and through different means. And I wanted to get into coaching and mentoring and helping others, whether it be in their life or their business. And I've definitely achieved that. I've definitely done that this year. I've had a lot of speaking engagements this year. I've been invited to some great events. I've been invited to some great groups where my presence is appreciated, where my voice is appreciated as well, and my opinion. And I love that. And I'm really learning to use my voice in a positive way, where growing up, I didn't really have that, there were certain things that were suppressed. So it's always a joy and an honor when I get to have these guests who come on, who share their wisdom or their stories, or, we share a laugh or a coffee, even if it is virtually. And then I get to come on and share, things about my life and insights and things that are happening. And, in the hope that it's resonating, or in the hope that you're driving your car or doing your washing or whatever, or being with your kids and you're listening and you think, God, I'm not alone. I'm not by myself, and there's other people out there who are similar to me. And that's definitely been the goal, just to connect with the diaspora, connect with more women, and men. There is some men listening, who, maybe, feel like disconnected from their heritage, or disconnected from the customs and traditions and cultures, or the things that makes them them, or things that they grew up with. There's definitely things that I want to leave behind, that I don't want to take on my new journey or pass down to my son. But then there's also other things that I want to retain, that I really, really love. So it's Vito. Hey, honey. Honey, I'm just recording an episode. Come here. Come here. Mommy's recording a podcast episode. Come. Say hello.
Hello.
Say hello, everybody.
Hello.
Say Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
And a Happy New Year.
And a Happy New Year.
Say hip hip.
Hooray.
Are you eating my biscuits?
Hip hip hooray.
Hip hip hooray. And you had your 5th birthday, didn't you?
Yep.
This is called mum life. This is called balance. When you're recording an episode and your son walks in, it's awesome, isn't it, Vito? Did you have fun on your 5th birthday?
Yeah.
Do you remember what we did?
Yeah.
We did a pool party. So another amazing thing that happened this month was Vito turned 5.
Because I go to the water park now.
Yeah. And your cousins are going to come over today too.
Okay,
Yay.
bye.
Say bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Say we'll see you next year.
We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Are we going to do the fireworks tonight? Yeah? Awesome. Okay.
Bye.
Love you, Bello.
Love you.
So that was my gorgeous little human.
Bye. Bye-bye.
So cute, honestly. Just walks in and just brightens up the day. Hang on, just one moment. Give me one moment, guys. One moment. And that is what I call balance, right? So I was trying to find the perfect time to record, especially at this time of year, and I honestly haven't had one moment to pause where I've had, let's say, a 1 or 2 or 3 hour block where I'm able to sit down, and come up with something awesome. So I just thought, the perfect moment is not going to present itself, so I have to create the perfect moment, which is today. And sometimes, it's the imperfection that makes it awesome. So if there's any takeaways from this year, it's exactly that, is that if you're always waiting for the right time or the right place or the right set of circumstances, it's never going to happen. It just really isn't, So, as you just saw before, you can probably hear everybody in the background as well. My husband's in the kitchen and they're making food and they're hungry, and, it's okay. It is just what it is. And I have to continue fulfilling my passions and visions regardless of my circumstances. And that has been something really difficult to do. When I first became a mum, I just didn't know how to do that. I was living my old life where I could just do whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted. And, at that time I had this little human and I just felt like I was never going to be myself. And, it's been a journey. It's been a journey the last 5 years trying to find, myself. And really it's just about stripping back the layers, and the conditioning and things maybe that we got brought up with that we no longer want to carry. So I really just, encourage you to continue being yourself, to continue being who you are. And truly also what I learned this year was through that, how other people treat you is not a reflection of you. It's a reflection of them. And people will project their problems or their insecurities or their issues onto you. So if anything, for the new year, I don't have any resolutions. I'm not sure if you do. If you do, please share them. Send me a message on Instagram, reach out on Facebook, just type in my name, or send me an email. I'd love to maybe share them in the new year with everybody. And it's definitely just that, not to bend over backwards or change yourself to make other people feel comfortable. That part is not your job. And I know that's tricky to do in European families, in Balkan families. That's definitely something that, I've had to learn, and something that I'm maneuvering and managing in my everyday life. And I just hope that, in the new year in 2024, that we can learn and we can grow together. And there's just so many beautiful guests that I have lined up that I absolutely love, who are from all around the world. And it is tricky trying to organize times, with organizations and people, and it's definitely a juggle. And I hope to bring you more solo episodes as well, just with my thoughts and my learnings and things that I come across and that I want to share, because I definitely think it's not rare. I'm not the only one who, I just walked into the Balkan shop, into the European deli grocer the other day, and there was Slovenian people in there was Czech people in there was Serbians, Croatians, Macedonians, Bosnians. It was just so awesome walking in, and I thought to myself, how cool would it be to have a little table at the front and just stop everybody and ask them questions, take my microphone and just ask them stuff, where they're from, when they came here, because we're just everywhere. We're floating around everywhere, but we're not really that connected. We don't even, I often think, how cool would it be to have Balkan night markets, where there's a grill, where there's a barbecue, where you've got pizzas, where, it would be absolutely incredible to show our cultures off, to the Australians or to the Americans or to the Brits or whoever. So, I always have thoughts like that, like just going through my head, and I never really share them. So I definitely want to share more with you guys, and I want you guys to share back. I want you guys to tell me what you want to hear more of, what topics, what discussions, any guests that you would like to have on that you follow online, maybe, that you would love to hear from, and it doesn't necessarily have to be from our area or in connection with our area. It can, as long as it brings healing power, to us as people, as a culture, as a collective, it doesn't matter. So I always love to have variety. So if there's anything, that you want to hear more of, or that you want me to share, just let me know. Like I said, drop me a comment or a DM or an email, or, you can reach me online wherever. And I just hope that 2024 is bigger, better, more fun. I was going to say funner. Is that even a word? I don't know. And I just hope that it's all that you want it to be and more. I do wish for peace. I do wish for quiet. There's this whole notion of, of moreness, of more, but also at the same time, like, just appreciating what we have, and just spreading kindness, just small acts of kindness, to your neighbors, like extending that warmth to your neighbors, to people on your street, to the cashier at the store. It can just be really simple things like that. Sometimes, those little gestures can really, really, really go a long way. And, totally unrelated to this, but also related, like, my best friend is pregnant, and she is about to have her baby in the new year. And, and I often think of that symbolism of, birthing this new person into the world, birthing this newness, into the new year. And I just hope that whatever it is that you're birthing, an idea or an emotion or whatever it might be, I just hope that it's awesome and full of love and full of light and connection and all that good stuff, all that good stuff. So for us, we're going to be watching the fireworks tonight, hopefully. Hopefully there will be no more bad weather for Gold Coast and beyond, and Australia. And also, my poor cousin hasn't slept. It's 3 a.m. over there, and, she's scared of the earthquake for it to come back again. So I know it sounds corny. It's like a Miss Universe spiel, like world peace. But honestly, I know there will never be world peace. But maybe a little bit more peace than what we have been experiencing would be great. Even just 1%. And I honestly think that's going to be my slogan. Just 1% better every day. If we can all just commit to that, I think the world can be a better place. So here's to your 1% and mine. And, please stay connected. Reach out. It's only a short little episode today. I wasn't even going to record it because I just feel like crap, There's just so much to do. We have a big clean up, and just wanted to actually have a really good sleep tonight and go to bed early. But I think we're going to go out and just have some fun and watch the fireworks and just make the most of tonight. So I hope that no matter where you are, that you had a great Christmas, that you had a beautiful celebration with your loved ones. If you are celebrating Christmas in January as well, Sretan Božić, Merry Christmas to all of you that celebrate in January. I hope that you have a beautiful time with everybody. And also New Year, tonight, wherever you are, it's, when the strike clock's midnight, I hope that it just brings you more love, more laughter, more joy, more warmth, and just connection and presence with the ones you love. And that's the most important. So thank you for listening. Thank you for a great year. Thank you for the downloads and all the shares. I truly do appreciate it. I wanted to definitely do more episodes at the end of this year, but I just didn't have the steam. I just didn't have it in me. Managing clients and managing a household and relationships and businesses, it's definitely tricky. So, I'm also navigating, my energy and how much I can give. So I hope that, in the new year that we can be on the receiving end of some good things, because if you're a chronic people pleaser and giver, like how I have been my whole life, it's definitely not a healthy pattern, and you do have to learn how to manage your energy much better. And that's something that I'm still learning. But I'm so proud of how far I've come, and I hope that you can be proud of how far you have come also. And that, after tonight in the new year, it's going to be even better. So keep learning, keep growing, and I will see you guys on the flip side. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for listening. Please let me know what you thought about any of the episodes, anything that resonated, if you have any favorite episodes, any recaps, any favorite guests. Drop into my DMs, let me know. I always love getting feedback, and that's the whole point of this experience is sharing and is connection. And, I just hope that you are blessed beyond measure in the new year, and that, we're going to see some big and profound change next year in the way that the world looks currently. So sending my love to you all, and Sretna Nova Godina, Happy New Year, and see you guys in 2024. Ciao.